Let's do an example of finding eigenvalues and eigenvectors. Okay, find eigenvalues. And eigenvectors. Of this matrix A. Okay, let's form lambda I minus A. So lambda I is this, minus A. Now, the determinant of lambda I minus A is equal to, so this is going to be AD minus BC for the determinant of a 2x2 matrix. Let's simplify this a little bit. Okay, the polynomial that you get by expanding the determinant of lambda I minus A is called the characteristic polynomial. Of A. Now we set the polynomial equal to 0. Okay, and this is called the characteristic equation. Characteristic equation of A. Now let's solve for lambda. Factor this out. And solve for lambda. Okay, we get minus 7 from this factor and 3 from this factor. Now for lambda equals to minus 7, plug this value into lambda I minus A. Okay, remember that was this. Okay, so if I plug in negative 7 for lambda, I get this. Okay. Now, since we're looking for vectors v such that lambda I minus A times v equals 0, we want to solve the system of equations given by this. Okay, use Gauss-Jordan elimination. So start with this matrix. Let's do 1/3 row 1. Now let's do row 2 minus row 1 to give us our new row 2. Let's do negative 1/3 row 1. Okay, so from the first equation, or the first row, we get v1 plus 1/3 v2 equals 0. Let v2 equal t, some free parameter. Solving for v1, I get this. Okay, so v1, v2, that's equal to this, factoring out the t, I get that. Okay, the eigenvectors corresponding to lambda equals to -7 are of the form t times negative 1/3 1, where t is not 0. Okay, now for the other eigenvalue, lambda equals to 3, lambda I minus a equals remember what that matrix was? So plugging in lambda equals to 3, I get this. Okay. Let me rewrite that here. And let's do Gauss-Jordan elimination. So 3 row 1 plus row 2 that's going to give me this. So from the first row, I get v1 minus 3 v2 equals 0. Let v2 be t. So v1 equals to 3 v2, which is 3t. So v1 v2 is equal to this. Factor the t out, and I get that. The eigenvectors corresponding to lambda equals to 3 are of the form t times 3, 1, where t is not 0.